This is Melo Guslo.
Liverpool versus Arsenal. Liverpool defeat Arsenal at home at Anfield 1-0. It was one of those games where going into it, it would seem as the first big test for Liverpool. We're going against an Arsenal side that's chasing the trophy, and we haven't played our best football in the past 2 games against Bournemouth, against Newcastle. So I was nervous. I was definitely nervous. And when it comes to these type of games where it's the top of the line, the big matchup, it's usually a boring game, and it was another boring game today. It was a snooze fest. Here, if you live in the other side of the world, it was a 1:30 a.m. I almost fell asleep, y'all. I almost fell asleep. So boring. It was definitely 2 different games, first half and second half. Liverpool players definitely played so much better in the second half. Let's talk about the individual performance by Liverpool players. I'm gonna start with the new guys, because that's what I've been doing for the past few weeks. Talk about the new guys first. Let's get right into it. So Frimpong is still out with an injury. Left back Milos Kerkez definitely played his best game for Liverpool so far. He definitely stepped up, pocketed Noni Madueke, who's in place for Bukayo Saka, who's out also with an injury. 5 minutes into the game, Saliba went down and Musquera replaced him, and he did a fantastic job in my opinion. He did really well. He also played last week against Leeds. He definitely did a good job coming in as a sub. Wirtz definitely showed his quality, definitely his best game for us. It's going to be really tough for him to really prove us why we paid all that money, 140 million euros for him, a record transfer fee for Florian Wirtz, but he definitely showed his quality, his best game. I hope with the international break he gets to get his foot down, get in rhythm and show us why he's one of the best attacking midfielders in the world. Ekitike, definitely a quiet game for him. Obviously, the game ends in a 1-0 win. He didn't score, but he scored in the past 2 games, 2 goals and 1 assist. So looking good for Ekitike. And Mohamed Salah, I was looking for him the whole game. I didn't know where he was. He was missing for me. He definitely played a better game in the second half, but he needs to step up, especially against the bigger sides like, City, Arsenal, Chelsea. We need him to just show why he's one of the best players in the world. But let's talk about our defense. Van Dijk. What a center back. He's definitely the best center back in the world. You have Saliba there, you have Gabriel there. So good. He's so good. But in my opinion, Konate was definitely there. He played an amazing game. Shout out to Konate. I don't know if he's trying to showcase for Real Madrid, trying to make that move with his contract running down, but I hope he stays. Konate was definitely there. Not the best game for McAllister. He missed last week's game. He's been in and out of the lineup. Obviously, it's tough when you don't play one weekend and then you play the next weekend. It's tough to get into the rhythm. But Gravenberch looked like a one-man midfield over there. Gravenberch definitely showed out for us today. What a great player. I love watching him play. Just the half turn, just getting into space, receiving the ball. Just an awesome player to watch, man. Before we move on to Arsenal, let's talk about the man of the match, Dominic Szoboszlai. Another great performance in the right back position, a position that he doesn't play until last week against Newcastle. He definitely put his foot down and just stopped Gabriel Martinelli, that fake ass Brazilian. Shout out to Szoboszlai, and of course the free kick itself. First of all, the ref cam that they showed is really cool. Boots on the ground point of view was really cool, just to see kind of what it's like to be a player. To see that free kick taken by Szoboszlai was awesome. And he definitely went, he was like, which top bin should I pick, left, right? And he goes, let me pick that left. And even David Raya was shocked, and he gave props as well. So what a goal, it was on the 83rd minute. The game was ending. Arsenal, they walked in there with, Lee Gunner said they walked in there with 7 rugby players, with Bukayo Saka down, with Odegaard not being available. Arteta walked out there with 3 CDMs and 4 centre backs. He put out Zubimendi, Declan Rice, and Mikel Merino, Calafiori, Saliba. Obviously he went down. You have Gabriel and Jurgen Timber, who's been incredible this season so far. But I don't know, I thought going into it, I thought he was gonna go for it. We've been leaking goals left and right. We conceded a few goals in Newcastle and Bournemouth, so I thought he was going to go for it, but he sit back waiting for that counter attack. I feel bad for Gyökeres because he had to play with Gabriel Martinelli and Noni Madueke, who once again I thought played a decent game in Noni. What do you guys think of Arteta? You know, he needs to win a trophy. If it's not the Prem, maybe the Champions League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup. Obviously, he's been back this summer with, you know, Gyökeres and Eze and, you know, Muslera. Zubamendi was another one. You know, he's been back with a lot of money, so he needs to show something. It's going to be tough. Another thing I want to add is that we were really good in the air. You know, Arsenal is someone who pride themselves in, you know, set pieces, free kicks, corner kicks. We were really good, I think, in my opinion. But yeah, that's the game. 1-0